Today, we usher in a new day.
In about 2003, I was at the end of my time where I was a computer animator, and I wanted to film something of my own, experimenting, and also explore some kind of like weird science fiction ideas. I decided to create a fake commercial for a company that would theoretically make autonomous police robots in countries like South Africa, like countries with a very high crime rate.
See this, 22, huh? Luck of the draw. They used him as a speed bump. Look at this. It's like he's cursed or something.
The company that I named it, Tetra has made its reappearance in Chappie as the company that makes all of these autonomous robots. And all of the robots have the same bunny ears that are from that show.
It's fun to see him bring to life some of his older, ideas that we were sort of working on when we were younger,
The concept or premise of Chappie very much comes from the Tetra short, but sort of beyond that, it was the spark that led to the whole script.
It wasn't necessarily Chappie. It didn't have a story, but it set up the world of a Chappie-like robot policing Johannesburg.
At the time that I wrote Chappie, I was actually writing Elysium, and I remember pretty clearly being in my office at it was late, it was like really late, and I was listening a lot to Die Antwoord at the time. And so I was writing pieces of Elysium that had those security droids, and out of nowhere, I had this idea for a story where that band raised one of these robots.
In our house, we're constantly pitching ideas for songs, for stories, for films. And Neil woke up one morning with the usual pitch, and he was coming down the stairs, started to tell me Chappie. He did not even make it to the bottom of the stairs, where I was literally begging him to let me write it with him, because I just fell in love with it immediately.
The good thing with Chappie, though, is that its spine is such a strong basic narrative concept. Really, it's a story of this innocent being and his journey through life. When you have something that is quite rock solid like that as a spine, writing tends to happen quite quickly because you're not fighting the concept. The concept flows naturally.
Co-writing with Neil, we've realized that we actually really do complement each other. I mean, Neil's all about visions and broad story ideas. And my strength is character and structure. And I think also Neil sees things in a big global way, and I tend to see things in a more intimate way.
She has a real knack for making sure that the right events happen to the right characters at the right point in the timeline.
I'm not gonna hurt you. Come.
She's very good at just making scripts and stories and ideas like flow well.
That's your name. Chappie.
No. No, his name is not
Chappie.
Yeah, I like that.
That's good, I like that, Chappie.
Yeah.
Chappie, yeah.
I think you throw those characters into a mixing bowl and you're gonna come up with comedy. It's just going to happen. I'm really happy about that because Neil is one of the funniest people I know.
Chappie's riot montages are inspired by Vancouver's Stanley Cup loss. Canucks. That's really what the inspiration was. Anything that you do should, I think, come from instinct or from a place of passion. It shouldn't come from an intellectualized place. So all of Chappie was like that to me. It wasn't an overt attempt to try to include some elements of humor. It just flows.
Hello. Have we learned this word yet?
Hey, what's up, fuck mother? How's shit?
It started to become this idea where that human, emotional feeling robot could actually be very humorous.
Hey. Why don't you watch your mouth, huh? Before you get yourself shanked, bitch.
Watch your mouth before you get yourself shanked, bitch.
Whoa, no, this is unacceptable, please. Chappie, no swearing.
And could begin to emote feelings of like wanting to replicate and fit in.
You painted that car.
Stop.
That's amazing.
As an artist, Neil is visual. First and foremost, I would say every idea comes to him in a visual.
That's just a process that Neil goes through with Weta, where they just keep evolving the design over the span of many months. he's had a fairly long time to do R&D, research and development, with Weta on what the most human version of this robotic character would be.
I always like sci-fi that feels as real as it can feel. Despite if the subject matter is kind of outlandish and kind of ridiculous, if it's presented hyper-realistically, I find it interesting.
I saw some sketches and it's got these big expressive ears and the face has all these, emoticons that can come on it. The wiring and everything just looks so functional. Everything looks like it can be placed now and be functional. It looks like it could function in our world today.
It's my favorite.
Wow, I love it.
It's pretty cool, eh? The color is rad.
The color looks amazing.
Yeah.
The best science fiction has to feel real and possible. Neil's vision of the future is completely plausible in every single way, because obviously we have things going on at DARPA and things going on in Silicon Valley that will shock us all.
That is impressive.
We say she's not very feminine, but she's our baby.
Most people think it is in the future, and it isn't. It's like tomorrow. They'll be taking our kids to school. And you gotta hope you pick the right robot, right?
I feel like District 9 and Elysium and Chappie, again, going back to Joburg, I feel like is the end of a sort of a trilogy for me, where the robot concept of a child robot being brought into the family by the Unfoot was born out of writing about the Elysium droids. I feel like they're linked to some degree, and so now it's a clean break to something going forward. But at the time, it was exactly the film I wanted to make.
It's it. It's me.